Hello and good day. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmermarketing.com, and in today's video, what I will be sharing with you is keyword cannibalization SEO. I know, horrible topic, but I have to discuss it. I've been running into this with a couple of clients. This is not common, but as your site grows, you might run into some keyword cannibalization. So what I want to break down with you right now is I want to break down, well, what is it, right? That's the first thing. The next thing is, well, how do I find it? What are different ways that I can find this that everyone can use, that you're watching it? Anyone that sees this video will be able to utilize this, right? Because I know there's tools like SEMrush and Ahrefs, and there's tons of tools, but not everybody has access. Not everybody. And the last thing is, well, how do you fix it, right? So what is it? How to spot it, how to find it, and how to fix it so you're not fighting with yourself. So let's not waste any more time here. Let's get right into it. First thing that I want to share with you is let's go into Search Console. Everyone has Search Console. If you don't, run to your computer and sign your site up with it. It's super easy. It's called Search Console. There's a trillion videos on how you can go ahead and get Search Console. I highly recommend it. With that being said, when you log into your Search Console, you could come on over here to the performance bar. I hate to admit it, but most sites only have a couple top pages, right? At the end of the day, you have all this content. You want to rank for as much as you can, but really only a couple pages probably bring in the majority of your traffic, right? So you have top queries and then you have secondaries, right? What I like to do is come in here and take a look for the keywords that matter to you. The most important keywords, the ones that are driving the clicks, the ones that are driving the traffic. Take a look under the performance tab and take a look at your queries. Here's your list. Here's everything your site is jumping for, right? Ranking for, bringing in traffic, bringing in impressions, bringing in clicks. Take a look at your list. For instance, I have one where I know I'm cannibalizing, but I'm not overly concerned with it. And this makes a great example. I have a very important term, Chris Palmer SEO. My company is Chris Palmer Marketing LLC. But what I'm known as is Chris Palmer SEO. Important term for me, right? This is how I get found a lot of times. With that being said though, under queries, when I click on this particular query, what I can do then is I can go to pages. Now I'm looking at an important query for myself. I then click on pages and wouldn't you know, wait a second here. I have a high impression rate for a keyword that matters, Chris Palmer SEO, but I had two pages competing with themselves. I have the home page and then I have this page here, this SEO page. Now, some of these other pages are getting a little bit of traffic, but the top page that's optimized for Chris Palmer SEO is competing with my SEO page. Now we spotted it. Now we're fixing it. Well, what do? It can oftentimes be very easy. Other times it can be a little bit tricky depending on what the keyword is. Now, I already know what the issue on this one is, but let me share this with you. So when we come inside of here, we have the primary page, the home page, which should be about brand, Chris Palmer Marketing, Chris Palmer SEO. That's me. When we come in here, we can see that we're competing here on the Chris Palmer SEO page. It's driving in not the clicks. The clicks aren't really, this isn't that big of a problem, but this impressions is a way to look at the potential of a particular keyword. So when I see a high impression, that means I'm potentially losing all of this on this page here where it matters, right? Impressions are potential. Clicks are what really matters here. But what I'm getting at here is I can see that my potential here, I have a lot of potential to rank for this keyword. So what's the problem here? What do I need to do? Well, let's go out here to this page and figure out why is this page competing with my homepage? So let's go ahead and go to this page. So if we come over here to Chris Palmer Marketing /SEO, we want to de-optimize the SEO page for Chris Palmer SEO because the home page should rank for the brand, not the SEO page. So when I land on my Chris Palmer Marketing /SEO, what's the problem here? The lead H2 has Chris Palmer SEO in it. Gee, I wonder why I'm competing with myself. Now this is a clear cut. I already know this was like this. I knew that this was here like this. So this was easy. But sometimes it's a little bit more tricky. But at the end of the day, in order to help yourself stop competing for a specific term, stop fighting with yourself, often the case is de-optimizing the page that you're fighting with, completely remove or 301 the page. If these numbers are more significant, there's more clicks going to this page. Say this was 400 and this was 100, but the impressions were very close, something needs to be done. So this is one of the ways to spot it. Now I want to talk to you about nesting. Now, not all nesting is bad. Here's a clear example of nesting. When you're searching for Search Console, I've seen this a million times. That's why I'm using this particular example. Not all nesting is bad. Sometimes it's good. But this is one of the ways to spot it if you don't have Ahrefs or SEMrush or a tool that costs money in order to find these things, right? If you have two search terms, let's just say we're Google, and we have Google Search Console, and we see a nested result. Now, this one makes sense. Yes, I understand that. This is just an example to show you what nesting is, because right now I'm trying to teach you another way. If I see nesting here in a search query, let's say you're a plumber in Idaho. Plumber Idaho, I have two separate pages. Wait a minute, I have a plumber's Idaho, and then I have plumber Idaho, and they're competing and they're nested. What should I do? Should I leave them both up? Should I detune the other page or should I redirect it, right? So this is one way to spot it. It's called nesting. This is generally, Google's not sure which one. They're both optimized very similarly. Which one should we show, right? That's like Google saying, which one? Which one should we show? Which one should we do? This is one way to spot it. We already talked about de-optimizing and/or 301ing. So that's the fix generally. It's all about the de-optimization. If I'm coming in the Search Console and I could see a page is fighting for the same query, queries Chris Palmer, I click on the term and I could see, okay, for this query here, the pages that are ranking or getting impressions and clicks are these pages here. If I'm fighting with myself, I go to the page and see if I can detune it for the keyword that I'm fighting for, okay? If I'm clashing, I can always de-optimize, or 301 if that makes sense. I'm not saying that's always the case. Generally, you want to de-optimize. The next thing you can do, and this is probably the clearest way that people find keyword cannibalization or find out that they're fighting with themselves, is they do a search. Let's just say we're doing Google SEO and you come inside of here and you see that you have the number 2 result, but you come down here and you can also see that we had the number 19 result. Or how about this? The number 21 result. Now, if these were the same page, number 2, look, they have a bunch of results here. They're not the same page. They're different pages competing for the same term. Now, this could be keyword cannibalization if this was in Google, right? This would be a way to spot a potential problem. You would want to double check inside of your tools or double check inside of Search Console and see, am I getting a lot of impressions for this? Am I getting a lot of clicks for this? Is this fighting for a keyword that it shouldn't be fighting for? Do I need to go in and de-optimize the page that's showing up inside of a SERP that it shouldn't be, right? Like if I was doing Google's SEO, and I know this, again, this is just an example. If for some reason this page was here, and then I come down here to, what was it, number 17 or something like that? Number 14. If I came in here and I was looking at these pages inside of Search Console, I would have to make the decision, is this number 14 result competing and taking away traffic for this right here? You would have to make that decision. This is another way to spot potential keyword cannibalization. So this is the ways that everyone can do it. And that's what I wanted to point out to you. So I gave you, you have what is called nesting. If you're looking at your primary keywords and you see that there's odd nesting, say it's 2 separate pages in the nest. These are 2 separate pages. If it's 2 separate pages and you're seeing this nesting and you're fighting with yourself, this is grounds to go and check Search Console, see what's going on with the impressions and the clicks. Do I need to de-optimize one of the pages or do I need to 301 one of the pages? You need to make that decision as the webmaster. The next thing that I went ahead and I shared with you is you're looking at your most important queries, the most important queries. So we come in here, we click on performance. After we click on performance, we can see what the site's winning for. On your most important queries, when you click on the actual keyword under queries, click on the keyword. When I click on the keyword, it shows just the keyword, click on pages. Am I competing with myself? Here's the list of pages that are ranking or getting impressions and clicks for that particular query. Is there something wrong here? Do I need to go to this page and de-optimize it for the primary, right? The last thing that I shared with you was, if you were looking at a SERP, I'm looking at a SERP here. Let's say again, this was for Google SEO. Taking a look at Google SEO. When I'm scrolling down the list, I'm ranking right here number 2. I have this page ranking number 2. I scroll down and I also have another page. I think it was ranking what? Number 21. Is this page taking traffic away from this page? Is there something I need to de-optimize in order to not fight with myself? These are the 3 ways you can find it, 3 ways that anyone can do this, right? This is all free stuff other than your time, of course. And I also gave you the easiest fixes. A, de-optimization, or B, you can always 301 it to the most relevant page, especially if you have 2 pages that were just for variations. They're starting to fight with each other. They're showing up in the same SERP. Maybe they're nesting, or maybe they're just taking traffic away from each other. What do you need to do? Maybe 301 it, maybe de-optimize it, but this is something that you can do. I hope that this helps you out. This can become a massive issue. Not every single page do I need to go in here, just like with this example. I have Chris Palmer SEO. This is an important query for me. It's my brand. But when I'm looking down this list, you can see all the pages that rank. I've been getting impressions. Look at this. New York SEO, 918 impressions. It's only drove 2 clicks. The main page that I want to rank Chris Palmer SEO for, a homepage, is generating 612 clicks. If for some weird reason, this weird page right here, SEO Services 8CD94B, 300 clicks, there would need to be a serious change to this page's optimization. I hope that this makes sense. I hope that this helps you. This can be massively impactful for your overall campaign. I hope this helps you. I hope I've been helpful. If there's anything I could do for you, any service that you need consulting, you need training, you need private one-on-one, you just need a link, let me know. My name's Chris Palmer with Chris Palmer Marketing, and I look forward to seeing you in the next Keyword Cannibalization SEO video. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for your time. Many blessings. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.